Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cookie and the Haydens. I'm Carboot Chris, and this is our lunch hour live. We've not done one of these for absolutely ages, it feels like, because we've had New Year, Christmas, we had the World Cup, so I stopped doing lunch hour lives for the World Cup. There was enough lives going on. So it's probably been about a month, isn't it, since we've done one of these. So it's good to be back. I enjoy doing the lunch hour lives, just having a chin wag with you lot, having a bit of a brew. Yeah, thanks for the mug, Junie. Cheers. Chris the moron. Good to know you all love me. Let's see who we've got in. Dave. Dave's not here, apparently. Tonks Boutiques are here. The Dave. And we've got AMPR. Hi, Emsden. I just watched your video literally about... Oh, God, I look so tired on here. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep. My throat is absolutely killing me. It's been like this since we got back from Manchester. I feel like I wake up every morning and I've got like this massive fur ball in my throat. Sorry, Emsden, I just watched your stock taking video, made a comment, and it was a good video, that really good, shocking results. I won't reveal it just in case someone hasn't watched, but if you've not watched, go watch Emsden. That's a good one, that. They're all good, but that was an extra good one on top of the good. Samuel MBE, A up. All right. How's it hanging? Limelight Vinty. Left-handed. Time to put the kettle on and learn. You better go watch someone else then, Dave. Anthony Bedworth, good afternoon. Chris, currently sitting in my car on my lunch break. Oh, you sat in your car? That's tight. Haven't you got somewhere to go on your lunch break? It's a bit mean, sat in your car, but maybe you just want to get away from people. Married to reselling. Happy New Year, everyone. Nah, it's not New Year anymore. Forget it. Dave's still stuck with them pens. I remember you when you got those. Give it time. Big bundles, that's the way to go, Dave. Bundle them big. Yeah, don't try selling small bundles. You've got to do big bundles. You can only try these things. Listen, everything's trial and error. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We've all been there. Who else have we got? Jack of all trades. Happy New Year to you, even though we're not saying Happy New Year anymore. Fix It for Reselling. Tommy Lee's in. Hi, Tommy. The Tap Peddler's here. The Monkey Thrifter. Kimmy Kitty saying a quick hello, but must walk the dog. No problem. I've got to walk Cookie after this. Once this is over, once we've got this out of the way, I've got to go and walk Cookie and then have a bit of lunch. So an extended lunch break, really, for me. Bills and Moon. Chris, she could have called you worse Scottish names. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Kevin Hawthorne from Florida. Welcome, Kevin. Thank you for your email over New Year. Very kind of you. Happy New Year to you as well, even though we're not saying Happy New Year. Which Steve? I've not seen the Steves, Dave. I haven't seen them. Didn't meet up with them. My family were full of different germs, so we picked it up off someone. Both me and Belle have got these shocking sore throats. It's not COVID. Thanks, Chris. Extra, yeah, it is an extra good one. I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Hi, Ryan. All right. Sunny Adventures. Hello, Chris. Any good sales from your bulk bales? I've had some. I've sold a bit. Yeah, I've sold a bit. I've not listed everything yet. It's going to take me a while to get through it all. I'm doing it in small nuggets. So basically, I'll just pick out half a dozen items, like half a dozen t-shirts, and I'll just work through them, and then I'll leave it for a bit. And then a few days later, I'll go back and do a few more. There's a few bits and bobs I've sold. Quite a few subscriber sales. Quite a few people messaged me, especially on the t-shirt bundle, the t-shirt bale. Lots of people messaged me on that. I think I must have sold about 25 t-shirts before I even went to list them. So that was great. So if you bought anything off me from those bales, then fantastic. Thank you all so much. It helps a lot. Gets me money back before I get it put on eBay. You can probably hear me throat. Ugh. Like I've got something stuck down there. Hi, Talia. Hey, Chris and everybody. The Bargain Hunter UK. I've got emails banging in left, right, and centre. Happy New Year. Yep, Happy New Year to you, Bargain Hunter. Let's see if we can get down the chat. Olivia, we've got Lime likes having noodles. It's a regular for me. Although we're on a bit of a diet at the minute, as everybody is at this time of year. But like a year or so ago, you might have heard on Monday night, but just over a year ago, like me and Belle lost a bit of weight, trimmed down a bit. I lost 2 stone, which I was really happy with, but I put on almost a stone of it again. So it's this yo-yo thing, and Christmas has not helped because I've just literally stuffed my face without a care in the world. So now I'm paying for it. So I'm just gonna spend the next couple of months just watching what I eat rather than just eating things willy-nilly. That's what I've been doing, willy-nilly, which is a great phrase, isn't it? I wonder where it come from, that. Don't Google it. Kathy, happy Thursday, everyone. It's weird. It doesn't feel like a Thursday. They'll sell eventually. Every type of bundle available. Okay. You've got it covered. Uncle Albert, welcome. Good morning, Uncle Albert. It's nice and early for you. Michael Swift, welcome. The Shabmeister, should I say. Chat doesn't seem to be working on desktop. Is anyone else having a problem with the chat? I mean, seems to be fairly active, so let me know if you've got a problem with the chat. Not that I can do anything about it, but it's interesting to know. I thought Steve was your family. It's been very difficult over Christmas. I would love to have gone and visited one or both of the Steves, but Jesus, we didn't even stop for like 7 days. We literally didn't have any downtime. Isn't the white background remover on eBay a pile of shite? Photo room always works, but annoying as it takes longer. Yeah, it's annoying that, Derek. Yeah. I think it's improved a bit. Sometimes it works, or there's just a little bit that's like a little bit out. So you just have to rub your finger over it and it gets rid of it. Sometimes it works. It depends a lot, obviously, on the contrast between the item and the background that you're photographing against. So I always tell people, because a few people mention this to me, make sure you do the photo on a high contrast background. So if the item's black, do it on a white or a grey background, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Try and do it high contrast. It works better. Hi, JJ Jess. Not seen you for a bit, but welcome back. Hope you've had a good Christmas and New Year, even though we're not saying Happy New Year anymore. Hi, Steve. The two Steves are in here now today. Who else we got in? Oh, Queenie's in. Hi, Queenie. Sat in the car watching. Just been Chazza shop. Chazza. Yeah, been to the Chazza. Can't do my own accent. Off to another one after I've scoffed my co-op meal deal. Co-op meal deal. Bloody hell, Queenie, you must be made of money going to the co-op for a meal deal. More of a Tesco man, me. I think he started doing meal deals as well. Poundland. They're not bad. Hi, Phil. Blue Harvest Mark. Hi, Mark. Thank you again for my complimentary membership to your channel for a month, I think it is. Thank you. I've dropped in now and again and watched some of the lives that you've been on. Kimmy Kitty. Hi, Chris. Do you still have the Punisher t-shirt from the bundle? If so, I'll message you. I can't remember, Kimmy Kitty. The best thing is send me a message and that'll prompt me to go and have a look because it's still in the back room, I think. Or I might have boxed them up for now. Anyway, message me. We'll sort it. I'll have a look for you. Tonk's still not started back. Still a bit unwell. Can't shift the bug. Oh, crikey. Dear, oh dear. Maybe you've got like a bit of long COVID or whatever it is, that hangs about afterwards. KD Nation. I Googled it. Oh dear, oh dear. Kez18. Happy New Year, everybody, if I've not said it. Chris, don't do that. I'm not going to say it. Chat's fine on Derek's PC. Oh, there we go. We're getting to the bottom here now. Mikey resells. It says Mikey, isn't it? Not Mickey. Keep saying this. You need to clarify. Oh, the Thor hats. Yes. That's it. Yes. Thank you for that deal. I sent one of those Thor hats to little Steve. Mickey. I sent one to little Steve in a box I sent him recently, and the rest I put on eBay. Yeah, you got to book a time slot well in advance. Talking of Chazzers, guess what I picked up this morning? I'm going to guess at a question of sport. Hi, Aaron. Good afternoon. Co-op meal. Yeah, exactly that. December concentrating on eBay, then 23rd to the 2nd pretty much shut down. Oh well, at least you've had a break. Has everyone done their accounts for their tax return? Oh, I did mine ages ago, Shabba. I like to get mine in early. I don't leave it to the last minute. I think I did mine back in summer of last year, maybe like June, July or something. And I'm all paid up with my taxes at the minute. Bang up to date with tax. Channel memberships aren't just for Christmas. How was everyone's eBay gum? Derek always comes up with this, doesn't he? Bloody eBay gum. How much are you getting paid, Derek, to keep promoting eBay gum? It was nearest shop. Gutted I had to pay 50 people. I love the hat. Don't say cheers to Mikey. I bloody paid for him. I paid for him, and he gave me a good deal. Let's see what else. The Fluffy Muffin is here. No fear, everyone. Fluffy Muffin has arrived. Just sold my. Hang on, what's this? Just sold my Lego at for 150. Is that something to do with Star Wars? Because if it is, I don't know. I don't know what an at is. I'm guessing it's Star Wars or Star Trek. Oh, AMPR got a pair of tiki mugs. Nice one. I'll send an Instagram photo. They're not branded, but I couldn't leave them behind at $3.50 each. Oh, I'd be interested to see them. Send me a message. Found a local used clothing distributor. Only one in Scotland I can find. They supply used clothing wholesalers. Oh, interesting. Always worth giving it a go. Don't do hand picks. Bundles can range from George Primark to Hugo Boss Armani. Cheap. Yep. Yeah, if it's cheap enough, it's worth a try. Just try it once. If it don't work, it don't work. The 4-leg, that thing. Yeah, that big walker thing. Yeah, I get it now. I would not have had it. If that question had come up on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I'd have bowed out because I ain't got a clue on that. I had a feeling it was Star Wars. Oh, hi, Chris. Off to walk the dog. Okay, I'm at the bottom. Right, so you might have seen the topic of conversation for today's lunchtime was a bit of charity shop controversy. And you might have seen it recently. It was over sort of the Christmassy period, just before Christmas. You might have seen it on the Car Boot Chris Facebook page. So if you're not on the Car Boot Chris Facebook page, you can join it. If you go along here, just go on Facebook and just type in the search box Car Boot Chris and you can join my page. I think there must be 800 or something people on that page at the minute. So it is growing nicely. I just post random updates on there. Sometimes it's a bit similar to what's on Instagram, or sometimes it's different. And I remind people about streams, photos, and videos and stuff. So yeah. So I was wandering past my local charity shop, which is called the Caritas. I don't know if any of you are local to Torquay, but it's the Caritas charity shop in Chelston in Torquay. And just a small independent charity shop. And I was wandering past there and I noticed on the outside, they put a load of toys and prams and car seats and all kinds of stuff out on the front. And they just said free, take what you like for free. And this was just before Christmas. So it was nice timing because there could be somebody who wanted some stuff, for kids who maybe couldn't afford it. So rather than throw it away or, send it to landfill or whatever, they just put it out on the front and said, please help yourself, free toys. And I thought, you know what? I wish more charity shops would do that. Because you see the dumpster divers, Lindsay and Alvin, if they're in the chat, Lindsay and Alvin, they go dumpster diving on their channel. And they do a lot of charity shop bins. And the stuff that gets put in the bins is scandalous. And they're not the only ones. I've seen loads of videos, similar videos. And having worked for a charity myself, I've seen it done. I've seen donations rejected and stuff like that. And I know it's not as simple as saying, it's not simple. It's not a simple topic, right? But if charities would just price things reasonably instead of putting stuff at high price and then not having room for new donations and not shifting stock and then putting it in the bin because it hasn't sold, all that can be solved, in my opinion, by just price it low, get it out the door and get the next lot of free stock in because it's majority free stock. But what really annoys me in this process is when they throw things away that are perfectly good. Some things have to be thrown away. Safety reasons, missing parts, doesn't conform to CE or whatever. I get it, that's fine. But there's plenty of stuff that ends up in the bin that could be given to a home. And I saw this charity shop local to me do this and I thought, that's great. At last, there's some charity shops that are still willing to give stuff for free rather than throw it away. So I took a photograph of the front of the shop with all the free toys. I put it on Instagram and it went onto my Facebook. And it had a pretty big controversial reaction. I'm going to stop short of saying it went viral, but it went pretty far across all over the place. I think it was shared like 140 times by people, and stuff on my page doesn't really get shared. People look at it, they like it, they comment. It's rare for stuff to get shared. People have got an opinion on it if they're going to share it. It got shared a lot, got viewed a lot, and there's like hundreds of comments on it. Some positive, some negative, some clearly from charity shops that throw things away when perhaps they don't need to. A lot of defensive people saying, "Oh, you've never worked at a charity shop, you don't know what it's like." I think you find I have, and I've seen it, and I know things happen. Some things happen for a reason, like I said before, but there's a lot of things that don't need to happen if you can give it away for free. Why not give it away? So I'll just share a screenshot of this post that I did, and I thought it might be a good topic for today to have a discussion about it. I'll come to the chat in a minute because I realise I've done my usual rabbiting on for ages. So I'll just share the screen and I'll show you what I mean, and I want your opinions on it because I think it's scandalous when perfectly good. I'm not talking about things that have to be thrown. Perfectly good stuff gets thrown away when it's been donated by you and me or whoever. Okay, so here we go. There's my page, by the way. If you want to join it, you can do. Shameless plug. Car Boot Chris, 838 followers. There you go. I didn't know what I was at. So I put here on my post, and this was on the 21st of December. So just before Christmas, perfect time to give away toys to people. Some charities need to take a good look at themselves. They would rather throw away perfectly good donations because they didn't sell or they don't have the space, when there's an opportunity to offer a simple gesture like this. And this was at Caritas in Chelston, Torquay. And that's just all my blurb that goes on the bottom of every post. So here's the shop that's round the corner from me. And this is what they did. They put all this stuff out on the front, which probably maybe they might have been a consideration for being thrown away for whatever reason. But they decided not to throw it away. They decided to offer it for free. And they put a little sign here at the bottom that says free toys. Please help yourselves, it says at the bottom. I didn't take anything, by the way. I just thought, no, I'm not even looking because I might see something I want to take, but I'm not going to take anything because it's Christmas, kids, it's not worth it. I don't need the stock, so I'm not taking it. I'll let somebody who needs it take it. So all this stuff. And I just thought, well, I think that deserves sharing. And maybe it might encourage some of the other charity shops to do something similar rather than throw it away. So this is what it was this morning. 100 and something people, 104, 106 people liked it or whatever. A load of comments. And this is the thing here which doesn't normally happen, which means that people have an opinion on it, and that is 137 shares, and that does not normally happen. So loads of comments, people saying well done to the charity shop. Lots of people complaining at prices. If they price things correctly, they wouldn't have this wastage. Debbie here had a bit of a moan. She said, I'm the manager of a small independent charity shop in the Bay, so local. We do not take or sell toys very often because we do not get any money for them. Like every other shop, we have selling space, making money on every inch of the floor if we can. We've tried posting toys for free on the free cycle and fate. Well, at least they've tried it. That's fine. Still nobody wants them. The person that posted this has a high level of ignorance. Apparently, I've got a high level of ignorance, people. Even though I've worked at a charity, I've seen what happens. I know the score. and does not understand at all how charity shops, let alone how a retail shop works. Worked in retail for 5 years, worked in a charity for 3 years, and I've obviously worked in online retail for a long time. So can I suggest in the new year they offer their services as a volunteer for 1 month and then come back and post and amend their comments? I don't need to do that, thanks, Debbie. I've been there and done it. I've given a lot of my time for free to the charity that I worked for. I also gave my time for free. So yeah. So it was very controversial. If you want to go and read through the comments, if you've got like free time, go and read through it. I'm going to come back to the chat. I want to hear what your views are on it, because it was a really interesting post. Most people were encouraging, but you always get one or two that that don't like it. And most of the time, those that don't like it is probably because they've been guilty of throwing stuff out, and they don't like it. That post wasn't targeted at anybody, and I would never say that volunteers don't do a good job. They do an amazing job. Volunteers at charities don't exist without volunteers. I know that. So it was never a pop at anybody who volunteers in a charity shop or works in a charity shop. Most of the time, it's policies and procedures by the people at the top of the charity or the people that manage. That was who it was aimed at. Let's see what we've got in the chat. Talia says, our charity shop doesn't throw things away unless they are unsellable. That's good to hear. Shabba said, I had a similar discussion about this topic on TikTok with fellow reseller and agreed if they put their mindset into helping charities and people and not profits, it would save a lot of money. Fixit says, one of our charity shops has 50p crates where we find some amazing stuff in there. Yeah, exactly. It's like when stuff has been on the shelf for a certain period of time, put it in the pound section or put it in the 50p section, clear it out. It would work a lot of the time. Lindsay and Alvin probably found that all that whiskey as a charity shop needs a light. Yes, of course. But they don't mind selling fakes. Yeah, obviously a charity shop can't sell alcohol. The thing is, right, I've worked at a charity and I know exactly what they could have done with that alcohol. If indeed it was a charity shop, I don't know. I can't remember if that particular video was a charity shop or not. If it was a charity shop, what they could have done with that alcohol is they could have sent it to the fundraising department, which is where I used to work in fundraising. And we were always putting appeals out for alcohol for tombolas, raffles and stuff like that, and for events where you could sell or whatever alcohol. We used to always put out loads of appeals for that kind of stuff. So that kind of alcohol could have been sent through to fundraising if they have a fundraising department. That's what I would have done with it. Salvation Army throw away lots of good stuff. Nerf guns as an example. They even class water pistols as a weapon and not allowed to sell them. Really? Wow, that's weird, isn't it? Shabba says they wouldn't have the need for a skip rather than a council recycle bin. Their turnover would increase, stock would run through their store quicker. Yeah. I think at the moment, I think it's got to be down to price, how they price things, pricing policy. The way I see it, if they price things cheap enough, that alleviates the whole system of failure that's going on. But I can't, there are other factors in play, but I think that is the main issue. Dumpster diving is obviously come across similar issues as well. 100% agree it's criminal. Yeah, totally is what they do. And what is annoying as well is that people have donated perfectly good stuff because they want their donation to go to a charity so that they can make some money of it and put the money to good use. and instead goes in the bin. And that really is frustrating. Hi, Kawa, welcome. Hi, Lindsay and Alvin, you came in at the right time there. Aaron says the problem with charity shops is using eBay prices when they have a tiny percent of reach of what eBay has. Very true, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It might have gone to landfill, and maybe not everything got picked up outside the Caritas charity shop. Bit of a mouthful. Maybe not everything got picked up, but at least if they tried, that's the main thing. And at least something went to someone. Of course, Debbie has a problem. Hi, Closet Geek. Welcome, Joe. Do you think some single mothers got these, or do you think people put them on eBay? I'm not sure, Mark. Maybe a little bit of both. I'd like to think the resellers might have walked past it, but I mean, sometimes you might pick up stuff for free. That's fine. But I was just in the mindset of it's Christmas, and I'd seen lots of posts on Facebook, about people saying I'm struggling for money. Can anyone help with this, that, and the other? And my mindset on that occasion was I'm going to leave it for people who might want it for Christmas presents. But in another time of year, I might have had a look to see what was there, because at the end of the day, if I don't take it and no one else takes it, it's going in the bin. So yeah. Hi, Tori. Debbie Downer. Let's not shame Debbie too much. She's obviously got an opinion. I think she's entitled to opinion. She doesn't know me from Adam at the end of the day, right? And Debbie could be watching now, right? Debbie, if you're watching, you didn't know me from Adam. You just saw a Facebook page and a post, and you took offense to it because it might be something that you've done in the past, which is fine. But now you know that I have the background. Charity shops is one of the worst ways of sourcing right now, and they no longer take in new stock because they're always full. Yeah, and it comes right back down to the very basic thing: pricing policy. I just can't think right. I've racked my brains millions of times, and if you have a sensible pricing policy, it has a knock-on effect throughout that charity shop. Stock sells. You've got room for new donations. There's no need to dump stuff. People will come in because it's not the same stock that's there week on week. You'll get more sales because of the lower price point. Okay, it might take you longer to hit your targets. You'll need more sales to hit your targets, but you should get more of them. Word of mouth. Oh, that's a nice charity shop because it's dead cheap. I think it just has that knock-on effect. 5, 6, maybe more knock-ons, positive knock-ons. Tina said, I personally think it's a good idea what the charity shop did. Another idea could have been to donate to women. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. And I don't know what happened afterwards. So who knows? Something might have happened afterwards. But yeah, some people took it very personal. They did. And that wasn't my aim. I wasn't having a go at anybody. I just wanted people. I wanted to happen with that post exactly what happened, which was to raise a little bit of awareness with this is what you can do rather than throw it away. At least try this first. Now, Debbie said that she'd already tried it. It didn't work. That's fine. Okay, at least you tried. But it was just awareness, really. And it worked for that. I did not expect 137 people to share it. I really didn't. But I think it was good that it went that far. I agree with what you've said, Chris. It's also Mikey, not Mickey. So it's Mikey. Okay, Mikey. Mikey. Nafanify. So I'm late. I was at the charity shops. I've not heard this level of controversy. Just if you've got a minute, guys, right? And when I say a minute, maybe half an hour, go and have a look at that page, that post on my page, and just read through the comments. I've tried to reply to as many as I can, and then I gave up because it was too many and people were starting to get a bit rude. So I kind of left the replies after the first couple of days. But it's an interesting read. Many people are easily triggered. You obviously stuck a nerve. Somebody else wasted 6 minutes of their life. Yeah, I think it's becoming a common theme, isn't it? You know, follow car boot Chris and waste 6 minutes of your life. Tonks said he used to buy lots from certain charity shops, but new managers have put £3 shirts up to 15 or 20 now. Walk past, yeah. If charity shops were more encouraging pricing wise, there would be piles and piles of stock unsourced. There wouldn't be piles of stock unsourced with signs up saying no more donations. I do think gift aid slows things down, possibly. Gift aid's quite good for the charity, though. Obviously, it gives them an extra 25%. And you'll be surprised how much the gift aid adds up. It's a lot of money. It works out a lot of money. But I totally agree that I just think that price point thing, it's a no-brainer for me. When you're looking at, when a manager looks at what's going wrong with our charity shop, why aren't we selling? Why have we got all this stock that's not moving? Well, I don't understand the blockage. I don't understand why you wouldn't say, you know what, let's try it for a week. Let's do everything for £1 in this shop for a week, or do is it cancer research? 1, 2, 3. Everything's either 1, 2, or £3. I think that's quite a good model to follow, the 1, 2, 3 thing. Why not try it for a week? See what happens with your store. You know, put it out on Facebook. You're doing a week of £1 or a week of 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Our other charity shops permanently have the no more donations sign up. It's crazy. Fluffy Muffin says charities are meant to help their communities. They're not online stores. They're not bespoke gift shops. They're meant to help those in need whilst raising a little money. Yeah, it's the same here, ANPR. It's totally the same here. I've walked through Torquay Town Centre, been in a few of the charity shops, and there's exactly the same items week after week after week. That cannot be a good policy to keep. It can't be. It makes no sense. That's a good point. I'm sorry to Dumpster Diving UK and Lindsay and Alvin, but I'm not trying to put you out of a YouTube job. I'm sure you'll find plenty of other places. Oh, student buildings, that one. There you go. It wasn't charity shop, the alcohol. Wow, that's amazing. Oh my mind is now blown even more than it was before, guys. Students were throwing away alcohol. That does not go in a conversation. Pete's Retro says local YMCA has a clearance room, 20p to £1. Exactly. Instead of throwing it away, put a tiny price on it and let it go to somebody and get a tiny bit of money from it, which all adds up. Exactly. That's what I just said. Exactly that. People going on about butties and muffins, for God's sake. Afternoon, Armsy, welcome. Sorry if I've missed you and you've popped in whilst we've been going through this bit of a rant. Welcome, everybody. And don't forget, if you enjoy this chat and you're still here after 40 minutes, that means you've probably enjoyed this little live show. And if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, which is down here somewhere. hit the subscribe button. For more controversy. I'm not that controversial, I don't think. But for the sake of you subscribing, I'm very controversial. Hi, Darren. Welcome. Rich reseller. Oh, I wish I was rich as a reseller. Long time watcher, first time poster. Recently went to town that had items outside for free. Found 4 PJ masks plush and still gave her £1. That's good. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I've done that in the past. Like when I've been on what do you call it? Jumble trails. Sometimes people put stuff out for free, and more often than not, I'll stick some money through the door, even if it's just £1. At least you've acknowledged that their items are worth something. They do, Nicola. I've seen this happen. People, and this is just as bad. People do this, and it's a horrible thing to do. I've been at the charity I used to work for. I've been up at their distribution centre where most donations come in. If it's not at a shop, most donations come in. And I've spent time in there, and I've seen stuff that's been donated, and you think, you cheeky bastards, you've literally can't be asked going to the tip. So you brought it to a charity shop because they pretty much have a policy of that they'll take out all donations and then worry about it later. But that's horrible when that happens, because it costs them a lot of money to dispose of it as well. Especially, the bigger charity shops, they have to pay for the disposal. There you go. Yeah, it happens, and I totally agree, Nicola, it's not nice when that happens. Chris's next video, I got a van load of toys. Yes. Why not? Yeah. 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 I didn't bother on this occasion. I just felt because it was Christmas, and to be fair, I didn't need the stock anyway. I didn't need it. I didn't bother. I just walked past. I had Cookie with me, and I didn't bother. That's not to say in the future that I wouldn't, but I would. Oh, here you go. This is controversial. This is controversial from Tommy Lee. Whoopsie daisy. Some YouTubers annoy me when they say stuff is well overpriced, but it's only overpriced for resellers, not if someone's buying it for themselves. That is true. Yeah. I do agree with that. Yeah, to a certain extent, I agree with it. But I think we just come back to the original argument of that if prices were reasonable, we wouldn't have this whole cycle of waste and cycle of not being able to take donations and cycle of charity shops closing down. So I think if we bring it back to that, I think they can do better. If they've got something, an Armani jacket, I don't expect it to be there for £1. But still price it reasonably. Price it to sell. Don't go crazy. Students waste a lot of everything, especially when they move on from accommodation. Cannot understand anyone who took offence. Oh, there's lots in that post, guys, that took offence. There's lots. We also do weekly rotation and close, then give what doesn't sell to the ragman, and we get yeah. At least get something when it goes to the ragman. Yeah, it's overpriced, whether it's for reselling or for people. I'm just getting down to the bottom of the chat. It's been a really good chat today. I enjoyed it this lunchtime. It's good to be back doing a lunchtime. 114 people in. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. We're not there yet, though. You can still got 15 minutes. So hit it now so you don't forget. You can't reason with people. I tried to be as polite as possible with any replies that I made, but there's no reasoning with people. I agree. Mrs. Love says, I agree charity shops are the right price for little old Doris purchasing a new cardigan, etc. But on the other hand, they won't take more donations as they're full they are full and not selling enough. Blue Harvest got a comment today that my hand was in shot too much. What on one of your videos? No pleasing some people, is there? Car boot Chris 2023 triggering the internet. Yeah. Maybe we should do more controversy. Lindsay and Alvin have said something. We have witnessed certain charity shops take brand new donations and take them straight out to the bin before checking it. I mean, I'm not going to comment on that. But when that happens, it's an absolute disgrace. It really is. It's a disgrace. Ryan says, I thought most charity shops rotated stock between different branches. It would be interesting to know what percentage of stock is thrown away. Yeah, it would be interesting. 123 is only the cancer research discount stores, my local shop. Yeah, most of them are expensive, aren't they? Mikey says, I thought it was time to say what I do. I buy brand new stock at very reduced price and sell to resellers like yourself. Been doing it since 1970s, and this year by March rolling out to the community. Okay, Mikey, nice one. No problem with that. Everyone's got to make a bit of money. Everyone's got a place in the chain, haven't they? That's it, you see. If you can sell it cheap enough to resellers, why not? If you can move it quickly, why not? Chatty Pete picks up loads of amazing stuff at charity shops. A charity shop return centre shows that the amazing stuff doesn't sell, probably because shops are quiet as their prices are too high. Yeah, that's true, Monkey. Nicholas got a fair point. If I did arbitrage reselling, I wouldn't berate Tesco's for not having prices that suit my reselling antics. Yeah, it's a fair point. The trouble is there's so much mass production that it will always be this way, unfortunately. So the population's growing, isn't it? And aren't we at the biggest population the Earth has been at? Is it 8 billion now? The biggest population, so goes hand in hand, doesn't it? Wastage is going to stay like this and get worse probably. Yes. Donate it. Send it to Andrew. Rich said we had a local one do a filler bag for £5. Couldn't bring the stuff out fast enough. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good one. Thank you, Bargain Hunter. Lindsay and Alvin said, Chris, we find crates of beer and full bottles of booze in students' bins, especially when they leave. Wait for our videos in the summer. You will see how much stuff the students throw out. Wow. I'm looking forward to those. Oh, he meant Uncle Alvin. Angela's Attic, welcome. I don't think that's a name that I recognise. I asked a local charity shop if they were doing a January sale. She replied so rudely as if I was mad to ask. I'm sure charity shops always did January sales. They do, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they do. That Caritas one that's near me is currently doing adult clothes for 50p on everything. I think it's everything. I think that's their current sale, which is good. Why not? Get it moving, get the next lot of donations out on the shelves. Mikey, is it Mickey? I still don't know. I'm setting up a website at the minute. Been using social network, but I'm getting a site together and YouTube. Oh, okay. Let us know when it's up. Please remember who your customers are. I was first, so message me first. Just remember who bought the Thor caps. Yes. Hi, Mitch. Good afternoon. Thanks for the Star Wars t-shirt. Oh, nice one, Mitch. Off to some charity shops this afternoon. Can't wait for the boot sales to go back open. Have you ever not been to Cheddar yet, Mitch? But I do want to go. It's just a bit of a drive from here. I think it's about 2 hours from here. So I've not been there yet, but I'm gonna try and go at some point. Yeah, that's what Monkey said before. Dumpster Diving says, I spend all day deleting offensive comments on my channel, so it comes with the territory. Yeah. I think there's a fine line, isn't there, Dumpster? There's a fine line in the comments that we get on our channels, because I'm the same. I try to allow as much as possible on the channel, but when it gets personal, see you later. And I will delete and block people. If people are going to get personal, I'm not doing that. And I always try and reply to every single comment on the channel. Obviously, as the channel grows, it becomes harder and harder to do, but I still try and reply to all comments. But it's a fine line between allowing people to have their say and when it's personal. No, there's no need for it. Exactly. Yes. It's the circle of life, Chris. I need a little thing now from the Lion King. It's a circle of life. Yeah, all comes round again. And then, Chris, just to finish it off, it comes in my bail. I can't sell it, so I donate it back to the charity shop. And there you go. The circle is complete. Let's see what else we got. Tony. Hi, Tony. You go to any charity shop now, and all you see are people walking around with eBay open. I'm winding up reselling as it's too hard now. I'm sorry to hear that, Tony, but yes, you're right. It does happen. I tell you what, though, it's worse in America. After this time when we went to the States, so many resellers in the Goodwills and the thrift stores, all of them on their phone. It's much more open out there. It's much more acceptable. You know, you go in a charity shop, sometimes you're a bit like, oh, I'll just check this quietly. Because sometimes shop managers in charity shops, for some bizarre reason, don't want you to buy something to resell in the UK. We have this weird mentality. But in the States, it's very much open and acceptable. You go into a Goodwill, there'll be people sat on the floor where the CDs are, and Jason T. Smith will say the same. I'm pretty sure he's probably done it as well. With stacks of CDs and literally scanning every CD to see if it's worth something on Amazon, Discogs, eBay, whatever. And people will just sit there for hours and go through it. And yeah, everyone knows what they're doing, but it's a lot more acceptable over there. High soul steps, more fakes than ever in charity shops these days. Was wondering if resellers. Sometimes I tell them if I'm looking at something. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends how I feel that day. Sometimes they don't like you to tell them. Sometimes I get a bit pissed off. Yesterday, a charity shop, they wanted £7 for used men's George Asda t-shirt. That's crazy. See if I can get to the bottom of this chat. Secret Carper, you are late, but you're welcome anyway. Go back and watch it. It's been a good one. It's been a good old chat today. Good old chinwag. We've got a lot off our chest. We've learned about the circle of life. Some of my friends with young children prefer to buy clothes and toys from Primark or shops like Home Bargains, B&M, than pay prices charity shops want. That is amazing that is happening. Why is that happening? Yeah, that does. Yeah. I was first. I'm only just catching up to that, am I? I'm a little bit behind. The Dodgy Keeper, welcome. Another new name, welcome. We have a huge storage unit of furniture that students leave behind when they go home. We then help underprivileged families kit out there. Oh, that's a great idea. What a great idea to do that. Brilliant. Someone did that and then someone ripped all the bags open to loot clothes all over the street with. Oh, I'm not sure what that is in relation to. Not sure about that one. Cheddar's closed until the 5th of Feb. Yeah, there's not much on at the minute. Although there is, if you're near, if anybody's watching, you're near Torquay, on the 28th of January, which is a Saturday at 10 a.m., there is a indoor boot sale at the town. I think it's the town hall. It's a new one coming back up and running again, and yeah, they're trying to get some support for it. We've booked on. We're going to sell, and hopefully I'll try and buy as well. So, I've spoke to the organizer, and they've given me permission to film. So, hopefully we'll have a video out from that one. But yeah, if you're anywhere near Torquay, 28th of January, car boot sale indoor in Torquay. Personal ones are not good. I block now. Yeah, I'm the same. If it's a personal comment, I don't want you on the channel. I don't want you as a subscriber. I'm sorry about that, but no personal comments. Yeah, good point. Yeah, come on, hit that like button. We're nearly at the end. We've only got a couple of minutes. Then I've got to walk Cookie and then get on with some work. Hi, George. I'm sticking with what I sell. I'm only part-time. If you're happy, George, crack on with it. Why not? If you're happy with where you're at. Goodwill places look horrendous. Oh, the bins are awful. We went to one of the bins and came out with nothing other than scabies and fleas, basically. No, I didn't like the bins, but the Goodwills are good. You can literally spend a day in one Goodwill. It's so big. Exactly what we do. Got to scan. No one has asked us to leave. Yeah, fair enough. I would do it, but I'm not that into CDs really. But I do scan stuff sometimes. UK BD says I used to do that with CDs. No one says anything. Some charity shops do, they don't they? I don't know why, but some charity shops just don't want to sell you stuff because you're a reseller, and I can't get that. I can't get my head around that. Chris, a charity shop in wherever that is near me has signs up saying no scanning. That is mental. Why? Why would you do that? Kirkintilloch. Possibly. We're all weird here in the US. Almost anything that would have been outlandish 30 years ago is now perfectly acceptable. American culture is different. Yeah. UKBD says, for clothes cheaper than charity shops, go to Boom Wholesalers. Are you an employee of Boom Wholesale, UKBD? Is that a little plug? I think I've looked at Boom in the past. South Coast Detecting managed to find a tri-logo Boba Fett for £4. Managed to sell it to a collector for 105. Oh, that's a lovely sale. I don't know what it is, South Coast, but there's a few people in the chat who will know what it is. I don't, but well done on the find and the sale. Chris, in relation to Talia's comment, another thing I hate is when people put donations outside the store, even though it says, right, yeah. Here in Lincolnshire, we have a large Romanian population. I regularly see them ripping open bags. Oh, right. Little Steve's over in Lincolnshire. Andy says, if someone says, Chris, you're a great reseller, well, for starters, it'd be a lie. Would that be classed as a personal comment and be deleted? The American motto is go big or go home. I can believe that. Kirkintilloch. I think I got it right. I'm having that. I just buy from them. I got an eBay box with some good stuff. I've looked at them in the past, I think. The Grinch is here. What are you going to do now for the next 11 months, Grinch? You going to change your name? No worries, Dumpster. It kind of crosses right over into your territory, doesn't it? And it's interesting. If any of you do get a minute, go on my Facebook page and just have a read through the comments on that post. There's some people. Tonks has watched the Boom opening videos on YouTube, some good and some bad. The thing is, though, Tonks, what you need to understand is every single vintage clothing wholesaler is going to have good and bad, because everybody's order is different, and there's literally no consistency with anyone. You can find the best. You can get 4 orders from a wholesaler, and you could be like, this wholesaler is amazing, I'm going to keep buying from him, and order number 5 is a load of shite. And that's what it's like, and that is part and parcel of when you're buying vintage clothing. It's just how it is, and it's annoying. It really is annoying. You can never truly get, nail down one vintage clothing wholesaler and say everything I've bought from them's been amazing. It just doesn't happen. Hi, Chris. You didn't block me when I criticised your mistreatment of Bungle, who you squished onto this. When did I blocked you? When? Angela's Attic says I'm in Cornwall. There's an indoor car boot. Yes, I've seen that one. Oh, this Sunday. Oh, right. I can't be bothered with that. It's too far, really, for me. I probably won't go to that one, Angela, but thank you for letting me know about it. I think I have seen it on my Facebook page. All right, Tommy. All right. Funny. There's always one in there. Has to be funny. Yeah, but it's Mickey or Mikey, and I'm still not sure. I'm gonna go with, I think CK is Mickey, so it's got to be Mikey, isn't it? Phil said I recently listed some stuff I make for 50th birthdays on Etsy. The sales have started rolling in. Time to build some more stuff. Oh, nice one, Phil. Boom, not vintage. The biggest recycling centre in the UK. Oh, excuse me. Carol says, very true. Sometimes the unbranded bales have better stuff in them than what they call branded, just part of the game. It is, unfortunately. It happens. I've still not found a wholesale company that is infallible. In fact, so many times people say to me, literally, I think I've had about 3 this week, because I do put out quite a few videos when I'm opening bales or I'm buying from vintage wholesalers. So there's quite a lot of content out there. So I get quite a lot of messages and people say, who would you recommend for vintage? I don't recommend anyone. I don't recommend any company, any individual company. I will never recommend one because everybody's order is different, and someone's can be great and someone's can be crap. And for that reason, I don't recommend any specific company. Now, you're gonna someone will say, well, what about Fleek? You've been recommending them. Fleek is different because Fleek are not selling you the clothes themselves. Fleek are not the wholesaler. Fleek have loads of wholesalers who sell on their platform. Fleek is just a platform, not the wholesaler. So that's different. People have different experiences with Fleek. I've had mixed experience with Fleek myself, but I think what they're trying to achieve is something that is not out there at the minute, is something that needs to be out there. Whether they will achieve it in the long term, I don't know. But I think what they're trying to do is good. Mrs. Love says, learnt that with return pallets. I've never done a return pallet, but I'm guessing it's the same principle. First 2 were amazing. Next 4 were big mistakes. Now we source. Yeah. No. Yeah. I can imagine that being the case. I'm going to wrap this up in a minute, guys. It's been a great little chat, this. Thanks, Dungeons. Thanks for joining us. Now you've said I'm actually Mike. I get it. So now it's Mikey. Now I get it. The Grinch says, Chris, fully understand if you wish not to say, but I'll ask anyway. Where did you get all your cycling jerseys? I've actually bought from more than one place, Grinch. I've had cycling jerseys from Saeed Vintage, who themselves have a terrible reputation. But I've had some good experiences with them, and some not so good experiences. I've also bought, I can't remember what the other ones are, to be honest with you. There's a few different ones who do cycling bales or sports jersey bales. So, yeah, it's a case of shopping around. But Saeed is definitely one that I have used. Can't remember the others, if I'm honest. It's been a while because I still haven't listed all this. I've still got one whole box full of unlisted cycling jerseys that I've never even looked at. I've probably got at least 200 in it. Yeah, I've got a lot. If anybody wants to do a bit of a wholesale deal, contact me. I'll do a bit of a wholesale deal. I'll make a little bit of money and you can make a bit more money. Exactly that. They're not the wholesaler. I bought a clothing bale, had an end peel. I don't know what end peel is. Still sold. Don't know what it is. I've not heard of end peel. Oh, here we go. So when are you going bin dipping, Chris? I don't know. I did say I fancy trying it after watching some of your videos and Dumpster Diving UK. I'm still a bit scared of getting stopped, even though I'm a former police officer of 13 years. I'm still a bit scared of getting stopped. I left the cops. I don't want confrontation, but I still fancy giving it a go. Thanks, Glenn. I'll try and remember, but it's definitely going to go in one ear out the other. You'll have to say it at least 20 times, and then I'll remember your name. Hi, Carl. Yeah. The Grinch, I bought 2 cycling bales. One was full of plain tops. That's a downer. But that's what I mean. You can't guarantee what you're going to get, Tonks. A lot of time wasted. Grinch, sure he shares. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the videos I do say where they came from. And I don't think they were sponsored either. I'm pretty sure they weren't sponsored. I just bought them. Oh, top end luxury cashmere. Oh, nice. Go early in the morning or late at night, Chris. Okay, I'll think about it. I'd love to know where Emsden get their damaged packaging stuff from. Fully understand if it's likely top secret. I don't know if Emsden is still here. If they've gone, probably gone to have a coffee or something, or do some more stock taking. But I'm going to wrap it up. We've gone over the hour because it's been such an interactive show. So thank you so much. Thanks for keeping me company and for talking about a subject which some people find a little bit tricky to talk about. But why not? Why not bring it up? Oh, there you go. They're still there. This is stone cold now, by the way, and I don't like drinking cold tea, but my throat is so sore. Unless anyone's got anything else to add, thank you so much for watching today, taking time out of your precious listing time or whatever else is you're going to do. And that is it for today. Hit the thumbs up before you go. And yes, there you go, reminder. Going for a coffee now. And if you're not subbed, because there's quite a few people I've seen today who I've not recognized their name. If you guys have not subbed, do hit the subscribe button and you won't miss a future live stream or video. Or that's the idea behind it anyway. Okay. Take care, everyone. Happy sales this week. I hope you get loads of stuff going out the door. See you later.